when you're working away, does it feel it doesn't matter how much effort you put in, you don't seem to be getting anywhere? Perhaps you need to spice it up and maybe add some colour. Well, that's what we're going to do in this video, in part 4 of how to solve a problem in Python. Well, the background is we're creating a 7-card Rummy game, and in this video we're looking to add the suits and colour. So here we've got the before and the after. So we're going to turn the cards on the left to the cards on the right. We start off by just creating a hand of 7 cards. So we already have the code for that. So here we've got the get cards, which we get the pack, shuffled pack, and then we create 7 cards from that. So you can see in the printout we have the numbers, but they're from 1 to 52. So now we need to convert those numbers into actual playing cards. So we had the print hand function before, but that used the cards once they were converted. So we need to convert the card from the 1 to 52 into the 2 to 10 or jack to ace. So we can use the convert card function. We pass that the card, so that's going to be the hand with the index I. If we put that into convert card and then pass show to the printed card, so now we will have our 7 cards in the original numbers of 1 to 52, and now the playing cards from here 6 up to the jack. Run that again, you can see another hand. We're going to add the suits now, so we're going to create a function to determine which suit the card is. So let's write the function calc suit, and we're going to use the characters taken off the internet for the 4 suits of spade, heart, diamond and club. So these are the characters, and we can just print them. Now we know that the first 13 cards, second 13 cards, third 13 cards and last 13 cards relate to one of the suits. So we can just say if card is less than 14, that suit is going to equal the spade, for example. So we can work out from the first 13 is less than 14, the second 13 will be less from 26 plus 1, 27, and then 39 plus 1, 40, and then the remaining cards will be the last suit. So let's do them in order of spade, then heart, then club, and then diamond. So we just need to use an if, an elif, an elif and an else. We can put those numbers in, change the last elif to an else, and then make sure the characters reflect the spade, then the heart, then we have the club, and then finally we have the diamond. So that works out which suit the card is. So now we need to, once we put the diamond in, we can return that suit of the card back to the print hand function. So we can just say the suit will equal calc suit and then pass it the card. So now we know what the card is, and now we know what the suit is. So we can enter that code in, and then how we're going to print the suit. Well, we can look to see how they look when we print them. So we first of all let's look at a print statement of the suit with the card. So when we run that, you can see what it looks like. So the characters work. We can see the spades, we have a couple of hearts and a couple of diamonds, and you can see that we've just changed the cards from 1 to 52 to their playing cards. So that looks okay. Well, the numbers and suits are next to each other, but they're on a different row. So rather than use the list and append each one in a list, we can just create a string with each card and each suit. So we change show hand to a string rather than a list, and now we're going to add to show hand the card, so we can use the number as a string, so we convert it to a string, and then the suit. So let's move this window over, and then we're going to add show hand to the string of show, which is the card, and then we'll perhaps put a space in there, and then the suit. So let's run that and just see how it looks. So we can move the window back over and run the program. Let's have a look. So we run that, and there we've got, well, actually the suits are kind of closer to the next card, so perhaps we'll change the space to after the suit. So put suit, then the space. Just change that code and then run that again. So now we have, you can see there the numbers, and now we have the cards plus their suits next to them. So we run it again. Yep, that looks quite good. Now we said we was going to add some colour. Well, you can add colour by using a code. So for example, we've got the code for red, and we're going to put that in a variable called R. So now if you put that R with a plus, when you print, it will print in the colour red. So if you look here, we've changed all the colour, all the cards to the colour red. So that adds some colour. We need to change our code so the black cards are in black, red cards are in red. So here's the code for black, we put in variable B. So now what we need to do, we need to determine the suit of the card. So we can use if elif statement. So we start off by saying if the suit is equal to the spade, so suit equals spade, and then we can have show hand, maybe 1 for spade and 2 for hearts and 3 for clubs and 4 for diamonds. So if the suit is a spade, we can have show hand 1, and then that show hand 1 will equal the show hand previously plus the card plus the suit. So it's the same code, but we're just repeating it for each suit. So we can just copy and paste the code, if statement, to make it if elif else statement, and then we just need to change each line of code to each suit. You can see here we're just changing the suits, the characters to each character of each suit, and we've already changed show hand to 1, 2, 3 and 4. So now we're just putting in the characters. Last one's the diamond. So what we need to do is we need to have the print statement. We need to show the black, then the red, then the black, then the red. So we start off with the B plus, show hand 1, and then we're going to have the R plus for show hand 2, which is the heart. Then we're going to have B plus for the club, which is show hand 3, and then finally show hand 4, which will be the diamond. So that's our print statement, and hopefully that will print the black cards and the red cards. So let's run that. Well, we need to define the show hand 1, 2, 3 and 4 first, in case the suit is not in the hand. It will cause an error if we don't. So let's just change show hand, the code, to have show hand 1, 2, 3 and 4 defined as strings before we run it. So a little bit of debugging there, and now you can see we have the spade, the heart, the club and the diamonds. And not only do we have them, but we have them in black and red, the correct colours. So now we have our suits and we have colour. So we can run that. You can see we have nice cards in the correct suits and the colour of those suits. So finally, we're just going to have a look at all of the code. We started off with getting the cards and creating a hand. We then printed the hand. We used the colours, the code of red and black. We calculated the suit with the characters for the 4 suits in a function called calc suit, which we returned back to our print function, and then we calculated which suit we wanted to print in black and red, and we used the previous code to get the cards and convert the cards. So that's the whole code at the finish of this program. Now we can use that code and incorporate it into the main game. And if you don't want to miss that, suggest that you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. If you like the video, click the like. And if you want to support the channel, please share on places like Twitter and Facebook.